Hey everybody, Navid's here with the Sploosh Troop. Today I am going to show you how to set control groups. So let's talk about what a control group is. I'll show you quickly on Phantom Lancer. I've got all these heroes. I'm going to select them. I'm going to press Control and 1 at the same time. And now if I go back to my hero and I press the button 1, oh, they expired. Let's refresh. Let's press this again. Highlight them all, Control 1. Now I've got my own hero on my primary key and I press 1 again. I have access to all the heroes, all the units under my control. So that counts for illusions, that counts for summons, that counts for dominated creeps with Helm the Dominator. And the reason I'm showing you this on Phantom Lancer is because Phantom Lancer is an important hero to set control groups on because his doppelganger works in an interesting way. If you take a look, one of his doppelgangers is a slightly brighter color and does no damage. This guy, when he attacks, he does do damage. So what you can actually do with Phantom Lancer is set his illusions to do two different control groups. The one that doesn't attack, you can set to control group 2 like I will do. I highlight him, I press Control 2. And the one that does attack, I set him to control group 1. Let's put free spells on because these guys keep expiring. So we'll set this guy that doesn't attack to control group 1 and the guy that does attack to control group 2. So here he goes. Now when I respawn, your control groups stay set on your illusions. So I'm going to have access to my guy who doesn't attack, which is number 1, and my guy who does attack, which is number 2. So let's go ahead and press W. And I press 1 to move the guy that doesn't attack. So the only guys that are attacking right now are the guys that do attack. And the guy that's running away right now is a control group, or sorry, is an illusion on Phantom Lancer that takes full damage. If you didn't know that, that's a little interesting quirk about Doppelganger. Let's talk about how to set these control groups. There's different ways to set them, but first we're going to need to get into the settings. So we hop right into the settings and we take a look at our control group panel. You've got control groups right here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are naturally set to your keys 1, 2, 3, and 4. Some people use this for items. If you do that, you're going to have to find something else to rebind your control groups to. How do you set a control group? That's a good question. Let's answer that by going into a hero who has summons, and that would be, let's go with Beastmaster. He is probably the hero to do it. So we're going to summon a boar, and now I'm going to show you guys how you can set this. So what you're going to do is you can either click on your unit and press Shift F1, and that will put that unit into your control group in addition to everything that's in your control group already. Or you can completely reset your control group by selecting and pressing Control F1. So pressing Control F1 sets your new control group. Notice that these two guys down here are both in the same control group. If I summon another guy, he's not going to be in it. It's just these two guys. But if I highlight him, I press Shift F1, and then I press 1, I've got all 3 of my units in my control group. So that's a little trick about how you can add units to your control group without having to select all of your units and recreate the whole control group. So that's trick number 1. Let's go to our Necro book. We'll bring up a Necro book. Now, another reason you might want a control group is because certain units have spells that you can use. I showed you with the Phantom Lancer, you can set his doppel that has full health to a specific control group. Well, what about our Necromonicon? Most people don't know, well, some of you don't know, that your level 3 archer here, he has a spell called Purge. So I'm going to set my archer to control group 2 while I set everyone to control group 1. So I press 1 and I've got my archer walking around. I've got everyone walking around here. Actually, I'm going to resummon these guys. Let's go walk over here. We'll create a new dummy target and we'll resummon so we get a better understanding of what's happening. So I'm going to press my A button, which is my Necromonicon here, and I'm going to select only my Necro book. So A, 2. I press 2 and now I have access to this guy, which gives me access to my Purge spell. It's a basics dispel and it stops him from moving. So if I summon my Necro books, I can press 2 right away, press Q, and purge this guy right away so he can't move. That is how people instantly get control of their purging ranged Necromonicon archer. You can do the same with other units. Now, if I summon a hawk or another boar here, I can press Control 1. He's still in my control group from before because I had him summoned before. I can summon more, and I can start putting these guys into different control groups. So all of them in one, but I could take these 3 guys, press Control 1, put them in control group 1. I could take these 3 guys, press control group 2, and put them in 2. Now 1 will access these guys, 2 will access these guys. So I can fight on this part of the map with this group, this part of the map with this group. Now usually you don't need to do that much, but sometimes with heroes who do use control groups, who need to use control groups at a higher magnitude, like I'm thinking Arc Warden, who will be summoning a Tempest double, and if he's got Necromonicon and Manta, you've got a Manta style with illusions, you've got a Necromonicon, and you've got the Arc Warden Tempest double. You need to be using control groups to be able to manage that situation. So that is actually basically it. The last thing I wanted to talk about, that was it. That was it. Let's do a quick summary. So we've got our control groups. We've got A, we can select all these guys and press Control 1, or we can just take one unit that's summoned by us. Let's get a Helm of the Dominator. And we can summon this guy. I can highlight him. I can press Shift 1. Notice that he's the only creep I have selected. I press Shift 1, and I press 1 again, and all of my creeps are selected. I've got all of my units in my control group selected now, and that's what you can use to push fast. Now, the other thing that I should mention is that you don't need to use any of these control groups. There's a way to get away with this. It's not as good because you won't be able to have direct access to all of your units, but it does work very well, and that is to select your hero. You can set this option here. You can select all of your controlled units, so that's every unit under your control, and set a hotkey for that. So for myself, I have F1 and F2, and this one is very important over here. Select all other units, F3. So for Beastmaster in particular, let's say I dominate a creep. Oh, we just took the tower. Let's say I dominate a creep. I summon some boars. I'm gonna summon like 5 boars here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm gonna summon all these Necromonicons. Boom, they're out, and now I press Control 3, and these guys are all set to that hotkey without my Beastmaster having to be a part of it. So I can set my control units to go split push somewhere else where my Beastmaster is not. And for those of you who missed it at the beginning, I know not many of you missed it because if you're here, you're obviously watching the end of the video. The Phantom Lancer, I'm gonna go into this one more time. Phantom Lancer has his Control W. This is how you do the Phantom Lancer trick where some people just pop the illusion out and start running. They start running one of their clones away right away without moving their main unit. That is because they have their clones already set to a control unit. So again, I want to have only the guy who attacks going here, and I want the guy who does no damage going over here. This illusion does no damage. This illusion does damage. So with Phantom Lancer, having both of those set is important, knowing which one does damage, which one doesn't, and which one you can use to escape. So I press 1, I'm gonna press 1 and just escape this unit. If I was to do this in an actual game, if I was to do it that quickly and just press 1 and try to move them away, people are gonna think this right here is my real Phantom Lancer. So that's a trick you can use to escape with Phantom Lancer. And you can press F2 to select all of your units again when you are attacking. So let's level up 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, however many it takes to get to level 6. Let's start attacking. If I want to select all of these units at the same time, all I have to do is press Control 2. Control 2 is all of my units, including my illusions, including my hero. If I want to select only my illusions, this is really useful on Phantom Lancer when you get Doppelganger, actually. Let me level up this a couple times to show you in the talent tree what you can do. Once you get to... we take 20 attack speed. Once you get to 500 Phantom Rush damage, notice that these guys are attacking here. I can select all my illusions, so as a Phantom Lancer, I'm attacking whatever target I'm attacking. Other units are coming towards me. I just want to burn their fucking mana. I grab all these units, I send them this way. They've got plus 500 rush damage. They're going to rush all the way over here. I'm creating new illusions. I can press F3. All of my units that are not my Phantom Lancer, again, that's F3, send them this way. So this has been a comprehensive guide on control groups and how you can get away with not using control groups. Guys, thank you very much. My name is Navitz. At the moment, I think I'm sitting at about just under 900 subs, so I'd love to get to 1,000 soon. Would appreciate it if you subscribed. I'm here with the Sploosh Troop, which is my esports team, and I will be creating more videos like this. You know, I actually have a freaking scene for this, but it doesn't matter. Wait, hold on. There it is. Subscribe, like, comment. If you've got questions, I'll go ahead and answer them. And thank you guys very much for watching the video. If there's anything, like I said, that you're concerned about or that you don't understand or want to add in that I may have missed, go ahead and do so. And I will be back with the next video. Thank you guys very much for watching. Goodbye.